since I've been at Newton, the only unit that I've actually put into place is Unit 1. I've seen other units put into place in other classes and seen displays that they've done and sort of had little corridors with teachers about that, but Unit 1 is my baby. I've seen it get bigger and bigger, and it hasn't freaked me out at all, because for me it has been a learning curve for me. It has helped me have a greater understanding of where I sit in this beautiful country where we live, and I don't think it would matter what school I was in, I would still do it the same way. There is a lot of reading, but it's all very, very valuable, and it makes what you do in your classroom program just so much more in depth. I always say to people that are here, you take it to the depth that you're comfortable in taking it, and if there are parts that you want to do in more detail, and go for it, but it's very holistic. It goes through absolutely every curriculum area, and you can input it a lot into the families. I do things through my mahi kāinga, my homework. I give them things to do with it as well, and always are inviting the parents in to see what it is that we've done, sending things home to them, so all the time they're talking about that at home as well. So for me, I've done it Unit 1 in a team, and I've also done it individually. When you do it in a team, you can really work on teacher strengths and have one teacher do one specific thing, maybe another teacher filming you while you're doing that. Someone else can be there taking photos. You can put up, general displays and shared spaces and things like that. You bounce ideas more off each other, so if in any way you can do it as a whole syndicate, or if the whole school is doing it, even better. But as a whole syndicate, you really very much pull those ideas in. One person could take, one section of it, another person another section, go and do the readings, and then come back and share at a hui prior to taking it. This is what I got out of this. I definitely recommend that you read da-da-da-da-da. I've found some resources at public libraries that have helped me, children's section and adult sections. Librarians can be fantastic. You can just say to them, have you got any books about creation myths, and they'll just lead you on this whole other track. But you mentioned the word organic. It's got to be organic. Sometimes you go with what the children come up with. Hini Ahuoni led us onto this whole week of talking about breasts, and this week our blend is bris. So all over this week again, they're drawing breasts, and it just, nothing's yucky. It's just part of it. We talk about our body parts now, and we talk about the Western view versus the Māori view, and there's so much wonderful discussion. My classroom's never ever quiet, and we question each other and argue with each other, and I have 5 and 6 year olds, and they're arguing their points of view, which I think, yay, this is fantastic. It's making them think a lot deeper, and also really making them respect other people's views, which is crucial in this world that we live in. It's kind of a master, like it showing how it can be integrated into every curriculum area, and for me that's all I would need, because I pick and choose from that where I want it to go. With this current unit that I'm doing, this is the second term that I'm doing it. I was only meant to do it last term, but what schools can be like. You can have so many crazy things. You really need to choose a term where you don't have extra things that are going to be happening. So no art exhibition, no fair day. I'm lucky because I am sort of my own person here in my syndicate. I had the choice to keep going on with it, and I will easily fill this whole term just by doing Unit 1. Throughout this unit, it's all about collaborative learning. Just about every activity that we do involves either groups or whole class. So there's really nothing that they do on their own, apart from a bit of writing. but even then they're bouncing ideas off a partner all the time. So that's the thing that I really love about it. They take ownership of what they're doing, but they also take ownership of it being in a whole group situation, and it's like a domino effect now. And like when we walk down to the Mara, they're looking for humps to see if anything else is going to emerge out of the earth and things like that. So they're always reflecting back and making connections. They really make connections, and by doing it in groups and whole class learning like that, they're constantly comparing it to something else, or talking about something else that might be out the window that looks like something or other. Yeah, parents are coming back saying that they're amazed at the depth of learning that their children are having just in the conversations. They're coming home and coming up with a term, gone Wonderland, and it's like they're actually explaining about what happened, and things like that. So it's like, oh my God, parents are saying, I didn't learn about that until I was in secondary school, and so they're scaffolding, this unit is scaffolding them into that terminology and the understanding, so that when they do come across it further down the line, they'll really think, hey, yeah, that's right, when I was 5 and we did that big bang in the timeline, this was the start of it, this is how it all happened. So lots and lots of talking at home, which is great, and the parents are loving having things sent home to them, photos and digital little stories. I would say that it needs to be, I know it's not a curriculum per se, but it needs to be in every school. It needs to be in every school. Every child growing up in Aotearoa needs to know this stuff, and they need to, ideally work through the units. So to have Unit 1 when they're first starting school, and to move through just to get a real understanding about the world. It's easy to use. I've never found it difficult. And the more you do it, the more, like at our school, we share our units on Teacher Share, so you can pull down another unit that somebody has done previously and say, oh, this is how they did it. I like that part, change to that. And so you're constantly sharing those ideas and making it easy for everybody.